We're going to talk about estate planning strategies to secure your spouse's future, to make sure that your spouse is taken care of while also making sure that some other important considerations you're not avoiding. Some things that you can do to provide for your spouse, to take care of your spouse during your lifetime, is to execute a durable power of attorney. This allows for your spouse to, if something happens to you and you become incapacitated, this allows for your spouse to have authority to make decisions on your behalf or on both of your behalves. You can select specific powers for them to have, or you can make it a broad, durable power of attorney so that if, God forbid, you become incapacitated, they can still take care of your assets, still take care of the home without any interruption. Some other options that would be available are your medical power of attorney. You can grant your spouse authority to make healthcare, medical decisions. These are things that you can do to avoid more stress in a stressful situation. If you are all of a sudden unable to communicate your healthcare needs, it allows your spouse to communicate those for you without having to go through extra steps, and that's all taken care of. Revocable living trusts are another great way that you can take care of your spouse. Often these allow for greater asset management than wills, than other beneficiary designation type accounts. It allows for you to put all types of unique provisions that allow for you to take care of your spouse in contingent situations. It plans for years and years into the future that allows you to provide for your spouse, and then after, maybe your spouse is deceased after you, to provide for both of your children after that. Joint bank accounts, ensuring that your spouse is the beneficiary on your joint bank accounts. Sometimes when we get married, after establishing our account, we forget to put our spouse on those accounts. Make sure that they have access so that if something happens to you, they're still able to do the things that they need to do to survive and not have any, more stress than they probably will already be going through. So next we're going to talk about providing for your spouse after death. These are things that during your life you can establish trusts and make beneficiary designations. Now, for after you die, those trusts are still going to be applicable. You can tax plan with trusts. For people who have large estates, tax planning is a must. Executor and trustee roles, making sure that your spouse is appointed in those fiduciary capacities, or making sure that they're not the ones appointed in those fiduciary capacities, depending on the circumstance. If that's going to be a stress relief for them, for you to appoint somebody else to take care of your estate, make sure that you're mindful of who you're putting in that position, whether it's your spouse or somebody else. You can avoid the need for probate. If a trust is good for your unique situation, you won't have to go through probate at all. A trust allows for seamless transaction between when you're alive and when you die, so that no change to the spouse occurs at all. They're still going to be able to access everything that they would have prior to your death. And finally, no contest clauses. This allows for just an additional deterrent for people not to contest your will. So these are things that you can do to plan for your spouse, to plan ahead and to help avoid and relieve stress during what is going to be a stressful time.